Supernote has been on the decline since 2020. The A5 and A6 were released in 2019, and that's been the only thing they've done coming up on 4 years. At the beginning of 2021, they re-released the A5X, but it was 100% the same thing as the A5, with the same body, screen, and every other conceivable part, essentially. Since then, they've severed business relationships left, right, and center, scaled back on trade show appearances, and have been removing several items from their product lineup. In fact, there's been so little movement within their company that we haven't done a single video on the company in 13 months. But they did do something. They released this, the Supernote Heart of Metal Generation 2. This is the first product in a very long time from the brand. So let's take a look at it. This is made not of aluminum or steel, but brass, which is essentially a blend of copper and zinc. It's easy to craft with, and it's very hard. It weighs 32 grams, making it the heaviest pen of all time. Unfortunately, that's where this stylus ends. There's nothing else to say about it because it doesn't really bring anything innovative to the game. In fact, it goes the opposite direction a little bit, and if you don't know what we mean, let's check it out. This is so exciting, everybody. This is the first product we've seen from these guys in forever. Last year, 2021 December, they released a black pen that apparently wasn't even a real product. They messaged after and says, no, it's not real, we're not selling it, and it's never been sold yet. It was a black matte pen, just the regular one. This one is the Gen 2 Heart of Metal. It looks pretty cool. It's not worlds different than the last one, it just has a separate kind of cake tier here. The other one tapered to the very bottom, this one doesn't. It's very heavy, and as we said, it's made out of a different material, brass. The lapel clip is really strong, it says Supernote on the side there, and when you take the top off, you can put it on the back. That's all really nice. It feels okay in the hand. You know what? It's a good weight. It is a little bit heavy. I understand that the weight gives it a little bit of a realistic feel, but it's actually pretty heavy. So we're going to take the back off. That feels better. But there was something we noticed when we did testing. There's nothing really that changed, as we said in the intro. Why? Because it's already using the ceramic tip, meaning you can't use it on any other device. That's a massive problem with this pen. Back in 2019, they were using a plastic tip, in which case you could use it on different devices. Like an EREADER, for example, you can use it on anything. Unfortunately, this one is said that you cannot use it on any other product. So that's a little bit of a downside. It'll actually scratch the screen pretty badly. And you most certainly do not want to use this on a plastic screen like a Remarkable One, or a Lightbook Mimas, or a King Jim, or a Moby Scribe. You'll dent the screen like there's no tomorrow. Ceramic tips are cool, but only for the Supernote, and it doesn't feel like paper, unfortunately. There's a lot of these companies like Remarkable and Supernote and even Onyx that say it's a paper-like feel. It really isn't. It's not a paper-like feel. Remarkable's the biggest committer of this crime, saying it's the first and only tablet that feels like paper. It's not. It honestly is not. Same with Onyx. It's not very gritty. It's just kind of a smooth experience. We have a Lamy here, and what we notice that is when you take this out, they've done away with that long canister made in Japan, and it's just this little nodule here, and it's actually the same one that Lamy uses. Because they have a collaboration with Lamy, they just went with Lamy to get this little canister, and it actually fits in the Lamy canister like that, and this fits in the Supernote like that. And why that is because they have a collaboration with Lamy, but it's honestly not that hard to get one. iFlyTech does it, a couple Chinese brands do it, Fujitsu does it. It really is just pretty easy to get a collaboration with Lamy. Not to diminish the quality of Lamy. Lamy's quite nice, but they basically just took the little canister technology, which is Wacom, and made their own so that they put it in a metal shell. And I'm not taking anything away from it. This is a very nice pen. But unfortunately, why we said at the intro is that they actually went backwards is because with the Lamy, you can use this on anything. You can use it on a Supernote. You can use this on a Fujitsu. You can use a Stadler on a Supernote. You can use a Mitsubishi on a Supernote. You can use anything on a Supernote, but the actual pen Supernote makes, you can't use on anything else. It's not a proprietary technology. That's not the problem. It's the tip. It will work, but I do not advise this. Do not draw on this screen. Yes, they have a glass screen, and yes, there's a factory screen protector film on it, but don't do it. Supernote themselves says this is only used on a Supernote, and we must respect that because it's true. The transmission technology, the EMR, the electromagnetic resonance, is Wacom, but it will scratch your screen. Don't do it. It feels really good in the hand, and it really only works on that sticky rubber screen that Supernote uses, so it's meant to complement it. It's a little bit disappointing that this is the only thing they've released in a long time, and they just use the same box. They didn't even update the box or the documentation or anything. It's just the same old kind of thing they're recycling. It is nice that they're using the same boxes, because then that means you don't have to make any additional packaging and stuff like that, but overall, it's just a really expensive heavy pen that does the exact same thing everyone else does. In fact, it's $120 US shipped, is one of the most expensive styluses on the market right now, maybe next to the Lamy Twin Safari, which actually has a ballpoint built in. And at one point, I believe Supernote and BIC were teaming up to do a dual tip pen, but never actually released anything. So this is the pen. It's just a regular pen that's very beautiful, gorgeously crafted on the outside, but on the inside just falls a little bit short and actually limits you in both your usability, functionality, cross-compatibility, and your wallet. Supernote has been on the decline trend for quite some time. They were once a massive player back in 2019, and it made sense back then. But unfortunately now, objectively speaking, they've been outmanned and outclassed by several other manufacturers in the game. The Supernote features no glow light, no speed modes, no audio, no Bluetooth, no apps, no SD card, a sticky rubber screen, expensive peripherals, a device that hasn't moved in 4 years, and a $120 USD stylus that you can't use on anything else. It's no question why Supernote has just been simply pushed to the side. We would love to see them bounce back, but it all starts with what's in your guys' hands as consumers, and the Supernote just simply can't play ball with the current landscape. Let us know what you think, and stay tuned for more videos.